So in this video, I'm going to show you my process of making a luggage rack for a motorcycle. This is a Royal Enfield. I want to take this thing on a motorcycle camping trip. I love riding this bike. It's so fun. And as you can see, I've already gone ahead and made a set of saddlebag racks, which I didn't film the process of, but it's a very similar process to how I'm going to make this luggage rack. It's even the same diameter as the grub rail at the back, and they are absolutely perfect. I'm really happy with them, and the bags sit on them perfectly. These brackets aren't specifically made for this bag. They will fit any medium to large size bag, no worries at all. Let's get into it. What I'm actually making here is a simple bending tool so I can clamp it into my vise and bend some steel solid round bar. I've wanted to make one of these things for some time now, and it was a perfect excuse to get it done. I'm really not too sure if this is going to work the way I want it to for this particular project, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. The bolts that I'm actually using here are high tensile, so we should be okay, but I guess time will tell after I use this thing more and more on some future projects. So when I was drilling these holes, I only had a drill bit about 0.5 millimeter bigger than the bolts, so unfortunately there is a little bit of play in this one here, as you can see. It'll still work fine, it's just something that I might have to adjust later. And I've also done a scallop out of this side, which I'll do on the other side as well. I've just done a couple of test bends with it, and as you can see, it works really well. I'll be pushing this thing to its limit though, because I'm going to be using 10mm solid stainless round bar. Now I've made the tool, let's make the luggage rack. So I tried to create a platform the same height as this because I figured there was going to be a bit of twisting as I was bending it. There is quite a bit of twist in it already, so I need to get that out. Well, this bender actually works, and it works well. I'm going to resort to a different bender now just purely because I feel like I'm going to be chasing my tail constantly getting twists out of this, and this bender gives me a little bit more accuracy. So I got it to this point, all the bends are working out nicely, there's no twists in it, and then I put it on the bike. And I realized that I don't like it on the bike. It doesn't suit the bike at all. So the look that I was originally going for was the same design that I did on my Scrambler quite a while ago. The saddlebag racks that I made follow lines, even though you won't see them when the bags are on. This line here follows the shock, this line here follows the muffler. Everything just works. For me, that looks out of place. Doesn't kind of work. The angles here are too sharp. So I'm going back to the drawing board, but this time I'm going to try it with a different material. I'm going to use the same tubing that I used for the saddlebag racks, which is a 16mm by 2mm wall thickness. I accidentally bent it just a little bit too far, so we'll just manipulate it back to where we need it. So when I bent this bend here, I must have had it perfectly on the line, so it's a little bit like that. I guess we're gonna have to start again. feel like that design really works for the bike, and the only weak points I'm going to have is here and here. As you can see, I've done a little cardboard cutouts for some gussets. It's just resting on this piece at the moment, but I feel like I'm going to slightly change the design, which I'll do now. So these saddlebags that I'll be using on this motor camping trip were sent to me by a company called Viaterra. They're 100% waterproof. They have heaps of side pockets around the outside for all your charger cables and water bottles. And they even have a liner on the inside to remove, which is pretty handy. And just a couple of things if you are looking at saddlebags, and I want to be completely honest here, if you're looking for something like the urban style bag, these won't really suit. But if you're looking for a generic bag, just quick to get your luggage in and out, these things are fantastic. The ones that you have to loop through and they just take forever, they're not really my jam. And the other thing that I would probably say about these particular bags is I would like to see at least one more strap. There's one here and there's one on the direct opposite at the top that links the two bags together. I would like to see at least another way of attaching these to a rack so you don't have to be so creative, but you can still figure it out. I know seeing luggage on a motorcycle isn't the most glamorous thing, but being able to take your bike camping and having everything you need is pretty damn cool. So all in all, the luggage rack probably cost me about $16 in materials, and these two racks combined were probably about $25 to $30 in materials. And the best part is they're handmade, they match the bike perfectly, and I had a ton of fun making them. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out this luggage rack that I made a while ago, as well as a set of quick release saddlebags right here.